Welcome back to The Good, the Bad, and the Bald. And before we get too much farther in the game, you can keep moving, I actually don't care. I was reading a question, and I was intrigued to see if you guys want to respond, your answers as well, but mainly the Bald's response. And it's, if you had to choose, which of these would you choose from? And the first one is Batman's suit and technology, Spider-Man's webs, Deadshot's weapons and accuracy, Flash's speed, Wonder Woman's lasso, Darth Vader's force, Green Lantern's ring, Thor's hammer, or Superman's flying abilities. Now I have two answers for this, but I want to see what, because I actually would say I expected Fontaine to say Lantern's ring, but he's saying the answer might surprise me. So, I mean, we can go down the list.
No.
Okay. So what are you?
Guess this, because that's what the thing I'm at.
Change each room. It's supposed to be the first, isn't it? No, see, it's one.
Okay, I see what it says. I thought I'm supposed to select it.
No. So just keep going, okay? Now the next one's
All right, I got it.
Okay. But okay, so what's your answer?
All right. Well, the thing is the thing's too vague.
It is very vague.
Where it's bringing up, it brings up more questions than anything else.
Which is, I'm sure we're gonna pick apart, which I'm actually all for.
Like, all right, Flash of speed. Does that mean I get the Speed Force? Because that's.
It just says the speed, so I'm not gonna say the Speed Force. I would say
that's
no.
worthless.
Yes.
I
mean, it's good if you want to be a speedster, but without the Speed Force, it's really
let's see.
Wonder Woman's lasso is interesting, but again, it's not the greatest thing ever.
It's something that doesn't rely anything on me.
It's true.
It just works.
It just works.
I can use the truth on people, and it's unbreakable, I think.
Darth Vader's Force, being that he was created a Force and he's one of the strongest Force users, I think that's actually really powerful and that's very useful.
But that also takes you mastering it with no knowledge of how to master it.
Exactly. Which is, well, to be one, he did as well. He learned
he was trained at least. He had the basics.
But as a child, he could use the Force without actually being taught. He
wasn't but it was considered intuition.
Yes, it was considered intuition, which is even then, that's still really good to have that good of intuition. Though.
Spider-Man's webs are worthless because without Spider-Man's strength, what are you going to do with it?
Batman's suit and technology, again, kind of worthless because if it, let's say, you can actually use it on your own ability, if it breaks...
There's no way for me to repair it, and once it's out, it's out. I don't have the ability to fix it.
Green Lantern's rings, while it's very useful, it does depend on your willpower.
You have to have the willpower, and that's the question.
I will say, I wouldn't say I'm amazing at it like with Hal would be, but I feel that I have decent willpower. For my courses of like working on things like that, I feel I have decent willpower.
Oh, you do. But I mean, this is like, as Green Arrow described it, it's like giving up cigarettes.
Yeah.
In that moment, like
it's like you have to actually do. Thor's hammer.
If
you were worthy, I was going for that too. And then the last one before the one I think is actually worth it. Superman's flying abilities. That still adds on to, are you strong enough to land and survive that kind of stuff.
Hey, because he flies, it's going to, tear apart your skin, or you can't breathe if you're going fast.
Exactly. Which is why, like, there was one, like, it was a different one than this, but it was like, you can fly. Is that Pan?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, you came to find him, and then, like, so it's something about a love.
But anyway. So, I remember reading one, it's like, if you could fly at the speed you could run. And I'm like, that makes sense, and that makes it's more accurate. You run out of breath just as fast as you would running. So I'm like, that makes sense. But the one that actually does make sense the best is because they said Deadshot's weapons and accuracy. Because they say and accuracy, that means you're good with that weapon.
Yeah.
I feel that's the best one.
Well, his weapons are the gun gauntlet, or the wrist gauntlets, the wrist guns.
Well, weapons. He also has sniper rifles. And
his weapons. He has other stuff, but his weapons are the rest.
I would feel they would count his entire armory because it's his weapons. You wouldn't say his main. He doesn't say his main weapon.
No, I'm with it. I'm just saying, going out that definition, my mind first goes to wrist guns, which again.
Not a bad weapon.
Not a bad weapon, but what am I going to do with that if I'm living a normal life?
I was instructed to seek you out.
I mean, all these things, what would you... I guess if you were just living a normal life, I feel the Force would be the best one because it's all intuition.
Yeah.
But as for... I'm honestly, without prior knowledge of anything else, without having any other abilities, I would say
my wife.
Deadshot's weapons and accuracy is the high up there. Green Lantern's ring, just because I feel my willpower is pretty decent at least.
And regardless, even if you can't use it, you still get
all the abilities with it. Like
you get the shield, you get the instant translator, and it works both ways.
And breathing.
to
And
deliver
the breathing.
a
Well, that's
message
the
to
shield.
Oh, okay. And Wonder Woman's Lasso of Truth, only because it can actually come in handy in the sense of if you, it doesn't even have to wrap around someone, if you touch someone with it, they do have to speak the truth.
But remember, the lasso also glows.
That's true, which is, again, that's why it's not like super secret, but it's something.
It's that, and then it's well as, so now I'm trying to prove myself.
As a Warrior of the Light.
Well, not a warrior of light, but just
Worthy.
worthy of walking the path.
Gotcha.
Possibly I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
But it's pants test, and I remember this being somewhat of a dick. Because I have to turn this, but I can only do so many turns, because every time I turn it, lowers the pendulum.
Oh, okay. Well, then this is my kind of thing. So
like,
what are you trying to do?
Each time you do it,
It's just trying to make it so it's all
trying to
coming
make the
so
path,
forward.
and then
Path forward, like to us right here.
yeah.
Stop doing that.
I didn't mean to. I wanted to go to the other ring.
I would say the outer ring needs to be turned right now. Who's that?
So the outer ring makes it go clockwise.
Move the inner ring once.
The very inner.
The very inner.
Clockwise or counterclockwise.
Clockwise. Shit. Do that.
But you can reset it, so it's not
Yeah.
horrible. It's just like you just kind of get stuck here.
Yeah, and now that's gonna move the. Can I just jump?
You would think.
That moves that.
Clockwise.
If you move. Oh, move it the other way. Move it to the other way.
Yeah, this will link it.
Yep.
And hopefully not kill it.
Let's find out. There you go.
Ha!
I would say final answer. I would go with.
Okay, if I could have it where it does, like, it's automatically gonna work for me.
Yeah.
I'm going hammer.
Hammer. Like if you're worthy.
Yeah.
If I have the idea to make it to make myself learn it,
Yep.
I would go force. If I have like even the basic idea of like, oh shit, this works now, I'm going to see if I can work it.
Yeah.
I feel if I could learn. Well, damn. I saved you just to kill you. It was a trap. It was Darth Vader, wasn't it?
I'll just remember this is Team Kojima, so this is gonna be lots of shit that doesn't make sense right away.
Wait, this was made by Team Kojima?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
That's why I was so psyched for it, because I was like, Castlevania, Team Kojima,
Oh my god.
6 to midnight.
You have passed
No wonder it
the
sucked.
test. You will be aware that
Like,
Wow.
no. At the same time, you know my distaste for Kojima.
Alright, well, this is Team Kojima, it doesn't mean Kojima.
Oh. Okay. I'll give you that.
make sure you have your daggers with you. One never knows when need may arise.
So
The
did
dagger.
the Panic be like, yo, you just killed the woman, why?
Well, it's all mental.
Oh.
It's all like in his head.
Interesting.
But yeah, because if I have the hammer, I'm Thor.
Yeah.
I'm a god.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. As we see with what was her name?
Jane Foster.
Foster. I was scared it was her last name. Natalie Portman. Whatever.
All right.
That was a quick level.
Yep. Skill page. And I'm gonna buy that heavy direct.
The what?
The heavy direct. Or direct heavy combo.
Ooh, that looks cool.
I think I remember that one being one of the more useful.
Hold. It's a square. That's cool. Usually the heavy ones are usually pretty decently strong.
Yeah. That's like good against the bosses. Oblivion Lake.
The test.
So this is where it got a lot of flag because people
I
were
see the
like,
doubt
"Oh,
in
this is
his
a direct
eyes as he
rip-off
heads towards the
of
light.
Shadow Colossus," which I'm not
So
going to defend it
Pan's
pretty much.
helping him
Well, that's
now.
next level?
That's
This
good.
because this is a boss.
Perhaps it bodes well. I wonder if he knows.
Wait, so
what
people got
awaits
mad
him
because it
in
was a
this
direct
place
ripoff
where the
of
dead can contact
Shadows
the
Colossus?
living.
And that's where I
It is
think
cold
one of my things
A chill wind
kind of like hate
blows through
or like
his heart.
dislike from it came.
Uh-huh.
I can see
It's
it.
one of those games that try to draw from too many as like an influence,
Mm-hmm.
but then kind of like it lost it where you're like you don't feel like original anymore.
That's kind of cool.
I just wanted to get this whole thing out of there. So
Okay.
look, like how it does the snow against the
I do like whenever games actually have like the weather effect affect the screen.
yeah. Jam.
One more. So I'm guessing a giant ice beast comes out. You go climb it.
Somewhat, yeah. And like I'm fine with like doing like nods or going like, oh, that's a really good idea. I like that. Let's try to, you know, not interpret but integrate it to our game. But then it's kind of like you did it in a creative way, and then you just put Shadow Colossus in.
Well, I mean, at the same time, I feel like it was almost impossible to ever make a giant monster again without anyone ever saying, "Oh, this is just Shadow of the Colossus." And that's my problem with that game. Like, not saying that game was bad, but people are like, it's like, since it was the first one to do it, everyone's just like, "Oh, well, this is Shadow of the Colossus." I'm like, bitch, I just want a giant monster. I don't even fucking care about Shadow of the Colossus.
I think. Well, I mean,
Like, I can't say, like, if this is, like obviously it looks like one of the Colossus, sure, if it feels like, I can't really say that because I haven't watched it yet,
Right.
but I feel like a giant monster is a giant monster. You can only beat it so many ways.
I think it's supposed to be a golem.
It looks a golem-esque. Rock armor, very construct looking.
Yeah.
I think the problem I'm still having with this game is it's trying to keep the adrenaline high,
Yeah.
and nothing feels really warranted to getting to anywhere. Like Castlevania, like the original games, you had to go through dungeons and levels, and,
Yeah.
and getting to a boss was big deal, and then you had to beat the boss without dying,
Yeah.
or whatever. So it felt really cool. This is like, the level just literally fucking started.
Yeah.
And you're like, here's a boss. What the fuck?
Well, that's a lot of games now are like that.
And I-
kind of like here's the boss.
And I don't like
You're
that.
at the boss level.
Like, I'm okay with, like, if like, it's not, like, selecting. Like, I like games like, maybe just be close enough. Yep.
See, this is where like a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's just Shadow Colossus," which I'm like, "Yeah, right. Yeah, you know what?
It is,
Kinda
but
have a point.
I agree, but at the same time, any game with a giant thing is going to be like that. And in my own regard,
But it's also like the hold grip as it shakes you off. And,
but again, what else can you make it challenging besides, oh, you just climbed the thing and he did nothing to stop you? If anything, you should be asking what. And even the Colossus
I think
game,
God of War did the giant boss fights fine.
but it's the same thing. Like, there's
Well,
literally
like
no
because
difference.
it's you're not climbing it like this. You like weaken it to a point where you can.
Well, yeah, but that's just quick time events. That's all. Now this is very Shadow of the Colossus. Where that's at one weak point you have to hit. That's very Shadow of the Colossus. I'll give you that. Yeah, okay. I'll give it this point. That's not really cool. But again, there's only so many ways you make a giant boss battle nowadays, and my biggest complaint that I even had in Shadows of the Colossus when they were just kind of like wiggling their arm. I'm like, no, that monster would be like, get off of me, and it'd be done. You'd be dead, and then it'd be done.
Ha! Now the only part that like was kind of like, all right, it's not exactly the same because you don't obviously have your stealth or stamina.
Yeah, you can just do this as long as you want. There's no real.
Yeah, there's no like strategy to it. You just kind of go at it until you get it.
And that's always another thing that always bothered me about games when they're like, oh, well, this is just a rip-off of this game. Did you like that game?
Well, yeah.
So why are you mad that you implemented something you liked?
Alright, I'm not hitting the...
Try now. He's just shaking so much your character's not getting. There you go.
I'm gonna stab your heart a couple times.
There you go. That's something that I've been waiting for the entire time.
For him to grab him.
Yeah, and, like I was waiting for him to like get the fuck off of me. I have 2 arms.
I do like that it just kind of like... Oh, you got me.
You like the what does what now?
That it doesn't make me have to climb the whole way. It'll shoot me right back to
The part.
how to get to a second one.
Yeah. We're about to die.
Yeah, I was about to say, why is it not letting me do this?
Not in a good angle, I guess. I was gonna hit by the arm. Oh, you got
How the
you.
hell did I die? Come on.
Nope.
Alright, maybe I have to do another shockwave thing.
Yeah.
There's a shockwave.
Dead? Yeah.
Yeah! Black
Free
is black.
bird! Alright, that's actually a good point. Stop. So, again, thank you for joining us. If you have your own opinion of what powers you would take, or one of the things you would take, let us
Say
know
it in the comments.
why you would take that, and if you disagree with our thoughts. But, either way,
If you disagree, fuck yourself. Fuck yourself.
He apparently wants you to give yourself some
Take
loving.
yourself on a nice date.
Yeah, there you
Treat
go.
yourself to dinner. Take yourself home safely. And then go fuck yourself.
On that note, see you guys next time.
Ta!